exploring the American spirit provided by Blumenthal Law Offices. Serving Southern California clients for more than 40 years, the Blumenthal Law Team, headed by attorney Virginia Blumenthal, is devoted to defending the rights of the accused. More information is online at blumenthalllawoffices.com.
Hello, I'm Mary Parks. While we use many words to describe the American spirit, such as commitment, perseverance, resilience, generosity, and passion, the truth is the American spirit at its best is the feeling we get when we see it in action or share in the experience of learning how we help each other. Our goal with this program is to bring you the inspiring stories we've found that demonstrate the American spirit, or better put, that have found us. You see, the American spirit takes place all around us. We want to help you connect with the individuals and organizations that are busy every day making an impact, solving problems, and meeting needs. I'll be your guide on this incredible journey, so pull up your chair, relax, and prepare to be inspired.
My name's Tasia. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys again. We really appreciate it. So we'll get started pairing up now.
Just north of Los Angeles, in the city of Palmdale, roughly 60 families and volunteers have gathered on a warm Saturday morning, stoked for a day of skateboarding.
I need a big, strong volunteer for Mr. Noah. How about Todd? Come on, Todd. Okay. Strong one for this one, too? Okay. Todd, Noah, Todd. All right, gentlemen. Have a jolly afternoon.
What's so cool, or sick, as seasoned skateboarders would say, is that Todd's a volunteer, while Noah is on the autism spectrum and about to experience skateboarding for the first time.
You like the orange? Yes. Are you excited? Yeah. Okay. Let's see if it fits. You have to put it on, okay? Here.
Whoa, wow, that's a nice helmet.
Is that cool?
That's pretty cool.
Just chin. No, you gotta look up so we don't get your chin like last year. Hold on. Okay, you're good. There you go.
Hey, good job. Is that good? Got a pretty orange helmet. Be fine.
No? Okay, are you ready to skateboard?
Autism is a severe developmental disability that affects speech and social interaction. Children with autism have a difficult time communicating and relating to others socially. They may also suffer from a heightened sensitivity to sensory input, which can cause them to retreat even further into isolation. But new research suggests alternative therapy like sports, exercise, and other physical activities may be useful interventions, leading to improvement in symptoms and quality of life for individuals with autism.
Yeah. No. We're going to try to wear a helmet.
Sometimes simple things can be overwhelming and scary for autistic children. James, for example, was at first reluctant to accept a helmet from his volunteer coach. But with a loving nudge from his mother, the helmet goes on, and he's ready for the one-on-one skate lesson. This will be a day for children on the autism spectrum to be just like everyone else in the neighborhood, simply smiling and skating in the California sun.
Good job, baby.
Chris Worley is the founder of A Skate Foundation. We met at her hotel on a day she was traveling to California for a skate clinic. Worley has 2 sons, one with autism. She also works full-time, goes to school, struggles with serious health ailments of her own, and yet finds time to promote her foundation's work.
I started A Skate in Birmingham, Alabama, which is where I grew up, and Initially, it was just a fun activity for my boys to parallel play with each other and be together because there weren't many options for them. We had friends that would come over, we would go visit friends, and anywhere we go, there's always that connection to autism because we're evolved in this world now.
Autism, like skateboarding, Worley says, can be unpredictable and oftentimes unruly. Embracing the parts of autism that are hard to understand gives autistic individuals like her son Sasha an outlet, free of rules or judgment. And Worley says that alone allows autistic children to be social.
I think Sasha has just grown into more of an awareness of what's going on around him, and a lot of that has to do with skateboarding because when you're skating, you have to be aware of what's going on around you. You have to know who's across the park and who's going next, and you have to read social cues, and it's something that he just naturally developed because skateboarders are a little bit quirky too. And when you have a guy over here and a guy over here and they want to drop in at the same time, they're going to crash. So he definitely learned how to read faces and body language, and someone nod their head like, your turn, go. But what that brings into his everyday social life is that he has learned to read body language and cues from people in all kinds of situations. I think that skateboarding became a practice for him with that, and he still has challenges where he doesn't want to be in big groups of people, doesn't want to go to movie theaters.
Good. Okay, hands up. Hands up. Whoa.
Yes. Autism is estimated to affect nearly 22 million people. It occurs 5 times more often in boys than girls. And according to the Centers for Disease Control, 1 in 68 children in the U.S. has some form of autism. Elisa Swan is co-founder of A-Skate. She and her husband have 2 sons on the spectrum.
I really don't think about it. I don't care because it's here, it's happened, and I'm just going to deal with it. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, there's so many things. If you want to put your kid on a diet, gluten-free diet, do it, please, if that makes you feel better, because as parents, our children don't come out with an instruction book, let alone having your children have autism. That doesn't come with an instruction book. All of us parents that have children with autism are on the exact same boat, and we just have to deal with it every day.
Are you okay? Sometimes when you go out in public, normal society, your kids that are on the spectrum, they're looked at, frowned upon, so to speak, and so the parents are a little uptight, not comfortable. And so when this event, when they're able to do events like this, parents just feel like they're like everyone else, and their kid can just have fun and go out and do what every other kid should be able to do. So.
We know you love your children. Does it ever get difficult, frustrating?
Every day. There's times where, the trigger can go and we can be having a great time at this second and one little trigger sets him, and, you just gotta take a deep breath and bring him down, or whatever he needs, wherever he's at that moment. But yeah, it's definitely challenging. Some of these parents, I'm blessed. I mean, Nathan is, both of my kids are they're verbal, they understand, but there's parents out there that their kids aren't vocal, and it's harder.
The A-Skate Foundation is a nonprofit organization that holds autism-friendly clinics for persons ages 3 to adult at no cost to families. A-Skate gives grants to children with autism for skateboard gear, and perhaps most importantly, promotes awareness and education about autism. A-Skate holds clinics in 14 different states and abroad. You'll find A-Skate chapters in France, Ireland, and Australia.
It's been excellent. He's really into the skate parks, but also I was explaining to our instructor, it's too advanced for him. So this is the perfect environment for him to learn at, and I'm very happy that we found out about the event and were able to participate.
It's a nice opportunity for our community to have something so amazing come here. you look at all the happy families and the happy children and the happy volunteers, and I think everybody just finds enjoyment for giving back, getting a little. For me, it's therapeutic. I always say that I can't really control my son's autism, but I can control how I deal with it, and I can control giving back to my community. And so it's therapeutic for me because it's a little bit of autism that I can control. And so, whatever it takes to continue doing things like this, bringing awareness to the Antelope Valley, I'm going to continue doing it.
1, 2, and 3. That deserves a triple high five from everybody here. Let's get a triple. Boom, boom. We nailed that. We nailed it.
Children with autism often struggle with the ability to follow directions or play on a team due to lack of social skills. With this kind of mentoring, the children gain trust, confidence, and friendship.
The bowl is where they carve and they drop in and they can go back and forth, but our kids like it because of the way that it's shaped, and it's easy for them to go back and forth and up and down and back and forth. So that's why they like that a lot.
And when you say our kids, what do you mean?
Our A-skate kids. Yeah, our kids.
And what do they get out of days like today?
Well, skateboarding is something that they typically wouldn't normally go out and do on their own. There's public skate parks, and I think it would be a little intimidating, and especially for us parents who would never think to put our children on a skateboard or to let them go into a public skate park to do something like this. So today gives them a day where they can just be themselves, no questions asked. There's no right or wrong way, just to have fun. And it's a day for the parents as well to see their kid do something that they wouldn't normally do. And we take them off their hands for an hour and they have a blast.
Encouraging families and helping those with autism are examples of a true American spirit.
Lean, 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 lean. It's challenging for families to come out and experience something they haven't done before for fear that they might get looked at if their child engages in atypical behaviors. And this creates an opportunity for everybody to have a smile on their face and know that they're in a community where everybody understands the challenges that they may be going through.
Inside the bowl, you will find Jesse Swally. He's a volunteer all too familiar with the importance of inclusion.
I call them shoves, half shoe and half glove. I make them myself.
Shoves.
Push around. So.
And why aren't you standing on the board as you volunteer?
My left leg is paralyzed. I can't, all the weight right now is on my right leg, and I just put enough pressure to keep this leg from falling off, but you constantly see me moving it because it's always falling off. So, but that's my thing. My motto is I can't stand skating.
Literally.
Yeah. But that's just, I figured out about 5 years ago I could still skate, so I did it like this, and just been doing it ever since then.
And why are you here today?
Because I was here last year with Christian, and I seen what a kick he got out of it, and all these kids, it's just something that sticks with them. They just love it. It's cool. I got a situation kind of where I know what it's like, where you can't do what everybody else does, and it's kind of cool to see other people wanting to help, and I like helping if I can.
3! Whoa, look at you. Okay, guys, what's been the best part about today so far?
Giovanni, what's the best part?
Well, somewhere I can go over here, and over here.
And you've been everywhere. I've been watching.
Yeah.
Giovanni hasn't been messing around. He's just tearing up the course. He's killing it today, right? You having fun? That's all that matters, buddy, right?
Okay, and this is your 4th year volunteering, true?
Yeah, I've been here a long time working with A-Skate. It's an awesome thing to just give back and see these kids grow and evolve over time, and it's just something that's super rewarding for the community and for the people here.
Hey, are you a skater, surfer? Where do you...
I've been skating for roughly about probably 30 years, and then surfing for about 25 years, So
how cool. You can share some of that talent with young people.
Exactly. Yep. These guys are making it easy for me because they're so good.
Okay, let's see your next trick. Ready?
What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna try the silver part right here.
Yeah, we're gonna hit the rail?
Yeah.
All right, let's jump on it.
Okay, hit the rail, dude. A-Skate recruits volunteers via social media and has gathered a team of more than 8,000 people.
Well, actually, I have a brother who's autistic, so I like to help out as much as I can. So I have a lot of experience doing this, anyways. So let me come out and help, and it's really fun. It's good for all the kids to be able to find their individuality.
It's a lot of fun for sure.
Those who don't skate have given back in other ways.
If you want cheese, come over here.
Like Tom Levesque, who showed up with pizzas from his shop. His way of giving back and helping families. Another example of the American spirit in action. A Skate Foundation is constantly searching for answers in the complex structure of autism. Today, inside the bowl, there was an atmosphere of creativity, acceptance, and determination. That's the American spirit.
Everybody says their kids are amazing, but he was a really good kid. He was always happy. He just loved everything, every experience, every moment. He loved sports. He loved to play around. He was a prankster. He loved to play practical jokes. He was a baseball player most of his life.
TJ Peacock was also known for his great smile and amazing courage. He was the picture of health. But a monster known as cancer changed the course of the family's lives forever. How did your lives change when he became sick?
A lot. It was like if somebody just hit you in the head with a brick and knocked you unconscious. It's like you're confused. You don't know where to go, what to do. It's literally just like a brick to the head. I don't even know how to describe it. Everything changes. It's scary. It's confusing. You don't know where to go, who to call, what to do.
So navigating that whole process.
Navigating is a nightmare. You just get online and start, looking for help wherever you can find it.
The Peacocks called hospitals across the state, often admitting they were lost.
You kind of get lost if you don't have somebody there sticking up for you. So with TJ's nurses and doctors both, I was either their best friend or their worst nightmare. It just kind of depended on how they treated my son.
But you're a mom, isn't that your job?
That's my job. Yeah, you don't mess with my son, and he's already going through what he's going through, and you better give him the best care possible.
TJ, in fact, did have some of the best care available in California. Did it ever occur to you that your son would not recover?
It did. I mean, after we did investigation and we were able to do research on what he was diagnosed with, at some point we did. We still felt like, I think we always both felt like TJ was the exception to everything else that had ever happened prior to that, because he was so strong and such a fighter and never showed fear. It's like he was going to be the one kid that he was going to make it no matter what.
TJ never got to play baseball in a high school game. The headaches he began suffering at age 14 sidelined him from the baseball field. His mother, Diane, will never forget the day doctors told her TJ's headaches were in fact caused by a cancerous tumor with a name so long no one in their household could even pronounce it.
So the initial diagnosis was astrocytoma, brain tumor.
Stage 3.
Stage 3, which is not good in itself. So he was treated for that. He had surgery to remove the bulk of the tumor, and then the radiation and chemotherapy to try to kill anything that was left behind. And he, as I say, he did really well. His scans came back I think it was every 3 months, and then it went to every 6 months, and they were coming back good for a long time.
And then what, the tumor just came back?
It came back.
TJ was determined to play sports. He took up golf. He was a natural. TJ even became captain of his high school golf team.
When he graduated high school, we took the money we had and we took him to Scotland to golf at St. Andrews. It was a dream, and we were going to make it come true. So we took our trip to St. Andrews, and while we were in Europe, he wasn't feeling great, but it was more like a cold kind of a symptom. It wasn't his head hurting. And he was due for an MRI when we got back from that trip. That was in August. And so when we got home and he went for his MRI, he couldn't even get through the time, it was like an hour-long MRI. He couldn't get through it. So they said, well, he's not feeling good. Come back in a week. So I took him home. Well, within that week before we went back again, he came in and just got me up one morning. He said, "Mom, I don't feel good," and walked out of the room. And I followed him out, and he set foot in the kitchen, and I think the light was coming in through the kitchen window. And when that light hit him, he just went down, just went down. And that was when I knew. I just knew. And so when we got him back to the hospital, it was diagnosed. They went in and did some more surgery, and it was diagnosed as GBM, which is glioblastoma, which is probably the worst case scenario.
4 days before his 19th birthday, TJ Peacock quietly passed, surrounded by loved ones. With TJ's death, the family could have easily just stopped in so many ways. Understandably, the grief of losing a child was overwhelming. But they didn't retreat into seclusion. Instead, his mother started the nonprofit organization TJs Dream Team, typical of those who exhibit the American spirit, taking charge and turning a situation of grief into one of joy and purpose. Those who loved him wanted to honor TJ's memory by sharing what he enjoyed most: sports, music, and comedy. Since his death in 2007, TJ's Dream Team has worked to fight cancer with comedy. Members have teamed up with the Comedy Store in Hollywood for an annual evening of fundraising that benefits brain cancer research. It's held in May, which is Brain Cancer Awareness Month. TJ's Dream Team typically hosts a music concert each fall in their hometown of Linwood, a suburb of LA. The money raised is donated to a different hospital each year. City of Hope is a hospital, research center, and graduate medical school best known for its cancer treatment center. Diane and Larry Peacock took their fundraising money to City of Hope after learning new research was underway that offered promise to patients like TJ.
Hi, Dr. Fry. Nice to meet you. Diane, nice to meet you. My husband Larry.
Hi, I'm Larry.
Nice to meet you. From TJ's Dream Team.
With cancer, the immune system doesn't recognize it as a problem, and so it doesn't, just kind of ignores it. And so in oncology in general, in the field of treating cancer, really the most exciting thing right now is trying to look at different ways we can boost our immune system to go after the cancer. And so, T cells is that's one type of immunotherapy that we're doing here at City of Hope.
Essentially, researchers are taking T cells and inserting a gene, trying to get those T cells to recognize a certain protein that's on the brain tumor and then go after it.
Brain tumors, as you know firsthand, are really devastating, but I do think there is some hope. I think that we are slowly making progress, and we just, need people to help participate in research and get more attention on this disease, and really try and investigate new therapies quicker so that we can advance the progress.
The $5,000 donation from TJ's Dream Team will be used as seed money to begin a new study involving boosting the immune system in brain cancer patients. In addition to the research money, TJ's Dream Team funds a scholarship at Warren High School in Los Angeles to give student athletes a boost toward college.
It's called the TJ Peacock Most Inspirational Athlete Award. And every year it's given out to a student who has overcome some huge obstacle in their life. They're in some form of sports, doesn't have to be golf or baseball, and they've excelled in the sport, they've excelled in their grades, and they've overcome something. So every year now we present the trophy, and out of TJ's Dream Team funds, we donate a scholarship to that student for their college experience to help with books or whatever they need. And then that trophy remains in the case at the high school. A name is added to it every year, and then the student gets a plaque and the money. And I would really love to, every year we try to build that to a little bit bigger of a scholarship, and so we've got that up to $750 now. I swore to him, to myself, that I was going to keep fighting for him. After he was gone, that was a promise I made to myself, that he's never going to be forgotten. I mean, generations from now, they're going to know who TJ was.
We hope you enjoyed today's American Spirit Stories. I can tell you how humbled we are each and every time we learn about what is being accomplished in our communities by the generous acts of the individuals we profile. Amazingly, our greatest challenge is deciding which stories we have time to tell and which ones must wait for another day. It's actually rewarding and inspiring to know there are so many amazing people doing such great things for our communities. Please join us again as we continue exploring the American spirit. I'm Mary Parks.